Having a trade journal is vital in your success as a trader. This is episode number 8 in the series where I'm teaching my friend Josh,
we're back,
how to become a consistently profitable trader. So today we're gonna go over data, talk about the trade data that I'm gonna have you track, not only so we can make sure that you are consistently profitable once you actively start trading, but at the end of the day, we wanna squeeze the most money we can out of your system as a whole. So we're gonna go over the trading journal that I use and that you're gonna be using moving forward in this series. Now, if you guys wanna start on episode number 1, we'll put a link in the description to the full playlist of this series. Real quick before we get started, if you also wanna learn how to become a consistently profitable trader, just like Josh, I don't wanna take any time to explain what is included. You can head over to my website and see for yourself. If that is of interest, you could go ahead and apply, and I hopefully look forward to working with you. But with that said, Josh, are you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's hop on inside my computer and let's start journaling some trades. Data is king, okay? Because without trade data, you're never gonna be able to figure out how to manage risk. Managing risk is one of the essential 3 parts, and I consider trading to be 3 parts. I've said this: risk management, trading psychology, and then the actual trading itself. So in this case, the technical analysis that you've been learning. You need data to not only figure out how to manage risk, how to make money over the long run consistently, right? Because the goal is to help you get to the point where you're consistently profitable. But there's also this data that we can collect and track, and I'm gonna cover what that is to really help you squeeze the most money you can out of every trade out of your system as a whole, right? So there's kind of 2 different ways you could go about journaling and tracking this trade data. One way is gonna be to actually have a trade journal online. Now there are various options when it comes to trade journals. I'll show you the option that I'd recommend, the option that I've been using, and we'll get Josh set up on what is Tradezella. And then Josh also has a notebook. You can use a notebook too to track this data. Everything becomes much easier and I guess more visual when it comes to actually using a trade journal that syncs with your broker. It's a little more accurate too. If you want to take trading seriously, I definitely recommend to actually get yourself on a trade journal, whether it is Tradezella, the option we're going to cover today, or another option. So first things first, let's set up Tradezella. We'll share our screen now. I've been using Tradezella for the last couple of months, and it is going to help us essentially track the data that we're going to need to use. You're going to be able to track this data while you go about paper trading, which is the next step in your progression. Within the next 2 weeks, you're going to actually start putting on trades. So simulated fake trades, and you're going to begin actually gathering this data that we're going to then take and we're going to use that because I have an algorithm essentially that allows me to not only find that consistent profitability, but like I said, squeeze the most out of my system. So I have this calculator that I actually created using my risk management algorithm that will take all this data you have and punch that into. So we'll cover the data that I want everyone to be tracking to be able to do this and essentially get you set up so we can have this all be pretty automated. So now if you guys are interested in using Tradezella as your trade journal, I will put a link in the description below with a discount code so you can hop on board and follow along with Josh. This is an essential tool, I would say, if you are really, like I said, looking to find that consistent profitability without trade journaling, without data, without being able to correctly track that data, you're gonna struggle to ever make money in the market. All right, so you are officially signed up for Tradezella. Let's go ahead and complete your profile. We'll get this set up and then we'll cover the data that Tradezella is gonna be tracking for you, which is great. So it's just gonna be really helpful and it's gonna help you get to where you wanna be as a trader. So I'll put a promo code in the description below with a link to Tradezella. You can get 10% off if you wanna sign up.
So options.
Yep.
I have not tracked my trades in the past. What trading history? Newbie.
All right, so we are ready to go. Now, all I want you to do today is head over to Playbook.
All right.
Now, this is where we're gonna add the 4 setups that you are going to be trading. So let's go create a playbook and let's create the first setup.
Got to break a pattern.
Good. You can write break a pattern. We'll go into further detail in this later, but just go create playbook and let's add the other 3.
Later.
All right, so there we go. We have all of the different setups now in your playbook. If you're wondering what the greater than or less than $1 million means, that correlates to my software, which we're gonna introduce in a bit, so don't worry. But for now, this is all we need. Now, as far as the data that we are going to need to track to eventually take that data and put it into my risk management calculator, which is then going to use the algorithm I have to, like I said, make sure that in the long run, you are going to be consistently profitable. And at the same time, you're going to squeeze the most out of your system. So we're going to need 3 different data points.
Okay.
It's great because Tradezella tracks all these. So you can actually look at my trade data right here, and then within the 4 setups that I trade. So we're going to want to track our win rate, our average winner, and our average loser. And you can see on Tradezella, it'll track your win rate, average winner, and average loser, okay? And then obviously, you know, your net P&L and expectancy. There's a whole lot of other features that we're gonna dive into later on, but we've got your playbook set up. And if you are following along, make sure to get all of your setups set up in your playbook. And so on your dashboard, once we start putting on trades, we will be able to see all of the criteria above here. And then we'll be able to see your performance per day. And then we'll be able to filter for, you know, today, this week, this month, or whatever time frame we're looking to analyze. It's going to be pretty straightforward. If we go to trade log, import trades, we're going to be on Thinkorswim. We're just going to drag and drop the CSV file, and then that trade will be imported with all of the corresponding data. And then once that trade is in there, we'll just go ahead and link up the actual setup that you have in your playbook. And so everything will be tracked manually besides just importing the CSV. Pretty straightforward.
How do you import the CSV?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, don't worry. So in the last episode, we obviously talked about how to create a trade plan. So trade plan is essential. Anytime you go to enter a trade, you need to know exactly when you're gonna be wrong, where you're gonna be right, essentially your stop loss and take profit. Repeating this many times because it's super important.
Yeah.
And that is essentially just going to remove all the emotion out of the picture. I mean, if you have a plan set in place and you know, like you have, and this is something you'll build up over time, is like this inner belief or inner confidence. I think inner confidence is a better word. Over time, you'll build up this inner confidence as a trader, confidence in yourself and your abilities, and confidence in the edge that you're gonna have in the market, which is gonna be my software. With that, and then with a trade plan, and then with this risk management algorithm calculator that you're gonna have access to, logging your trades on Tradezella, like you're gonna have everything you need to be consistently profitable. It is just gonna be, you know,
It's gonna be me learning it.
It's gonna
taking the time, putting in the work.
it's just gonna take time.
Yeah.
But all the tools you need to succeed, you're gonna have access to. And obviously those are available to you guys as well. The next thing is just to introduce you to the software, show you how to pair that with the TA you've been doing, and then you can go off and start trading. It's pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah. I'm so excited.
So straightforward.
Yeah.
Are you confused, or are you like?
No, I really want to just like get kind of into it and try it and see like what I've learned, put what I've learned into practice.
Okay, yeah, I think I've thrown a lot at you, really, just because we've been trying to like condense all the learning into a couple days and film it, because I want to then give you like a couple weeks to go out and start trading, tracking those trades, tracking that data. And so that is gonna wrap it up for this video. Pretty straightforward. In the next video, we're gonna cover my software, get you all set up with that, and then we're gonna actually move on to trading.
Let's do it.
Actually making trades.
I know. Let's get some paper trades going, get some information, get some data, so we can see what I got going on, I guess.
Are you feeling confident at this point?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident.
So your homework for the next week is going to be to go into the masterclass, and I want you to review all of the sections. So everything we've talked about, okay? In the last couple of episodes on the channel, obviously that is all broken down in the masterclass, but in more detail. We had to make these videos, you know, relatively short, so we can end up putting this on YouTube. But I want you to really, really go in and thoroughly take notes, review everything that I cover inside of each lesson within the segments, which correlates to all of the episodes we've been through over the last few weeks. Does that make sense? So
yeah.
We've really taken you and given you almost everything that you're gonna need. And now it is just gonna be time to start making some trades and, like you said, collecting that data. So I am super excited.
I'm super excited.
I hope you guys are excited. Again, if you want to hop on Tradezella, definitely recommend it. The link will be in the description below where you can use that discount code. And if you're interested in joining my mentorship group, the first link is in the description below, where you can then head over to my website, see everything that is included, and apply if you'd like to do so. With that said, we hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.